Hey everybody, Bill at Pricerite Oil here again today. We're going to talk to you today about what we do when we're doing a tank inspection for you for the first time that we come to your home, or even once you're a customer of ours and we want to double check your tank to make sure it's in safe condition. That's all we're really doing, is we're checking to make sure your tank is in safe condition for the delivery of oil. So when we approach the tank, we're looking at the general condition of the tank. So in this particular case, you see you have a 275 gallon tank. That's in generally good condition. It's a little bit older. You can see some minor surface rust here, but generally speaking, the entire tank is in good condition. We're also looking to make sure that all of the holes in the tank are all plugged properly and sealed so that there's no leaking. From here, we'll start from the top down. And you have two pipes that enter your tank. One is where we fill from the outside of your house. The other is a vent pipe. So as the oil goes in, the air has to escape somewhere and it goes out the vent pipe through this red part here called a signal alarm, vent alarm, or whistle. It's called three different things, but it all does essentially the same. It is, as the air goes out, it goes through a whistle that creates the whistle on the outside of your house that we can hear when we're delivering fuel, so that we know that there's a tank on this side and that it's functioning properly. So what we're checking when we look at the vent and fill pipe is to see if they're the proper size. So they should be either the same size, or the vent should be slightly larger so that the air escaping is at a faster pace than the oil is going in. We're also checking all the connections to make sure that there's no signs of leaking or dampness anywhere around those joints. In this case, you can see there's minor surface rust here, but they're nice and dry and clean, and there's no signs of leaking. From this point, we continue down the tank, again checking the overall condition, and we come down to the bottom, and the first thing we're going to check is the legs. You can see these legs here have some surface rust on them, but they're in structurally sound condition. So even though there's some surface rust, the actual structure of the legs is very sound, and we don't have to worry about them holding the weight of the tank, and that's really what we're checking for. Surface rust is not a major concern of ours. So the last place that we look on the tank itself is on the bottom of the tank, which is the most critical. This is where your tank is most likely to leak. So what we're checking for is any signs of wetness or dampness on the bottom of your tank. We're also checking for deposits that we call stalactites that drip down from your tank that hang down. If you see those, it's very critical that you have your tank evaluated professionally as soon as possible. They could be their first sign of a severe leak coming. So moving on from the tank, the last thing that we like to check is the valve coming out of your tank that feeds your boiler. It may come out of the side of your tank, may come out of the bottom of your tank, or in some very rare cases it actually comes out of one of the holes in the top of your tank. But in this case, it comes out of the bottom, and then it feeds right over here to a filter. We're just checking to make sure that it's in proper condition and not leaking, and we want to make sure that anywhere the copper is touching the concrete, that is protected. Copper will get eaten by concrete over time, so you want to make sure that your line is protected. This particular case, we have the older style blue protection, but the line is protected anywhere it touches concrete, and that's really what's the most critical point. So when we're checking your tank for safety, that's really all we're looking at. And again, you should be doing this once a year at your own tank to make sure that it's safe for you. And if you see any signs of leaking, please make sure you have it professionally evaluated. Thank you, and have a great day.